It is qualitative diversity as opposed to quantitative diversity. And furthermore, may I make quite clear that whatever I say, I must stress straight away that in my view, judicial appointment progress must be and remain a meritocracy. Now, this evening I want to say a few words about moving towards diversity in the higher judiciary in particular. And in particular, I want to limit this to the Afro-Caribbean minorities. In short, black people. I want to consider very quickly, and I have just a few moments, so you'll forgive me if it's very general, what is the current position? Secondly, what are the reasons for the current position? And finally, what can be done to redress the situation? I have restricted myself to what I call the higher judiciary here, because unlike tribunals, which I have great respect, the membership of the tribunal includes lay people such as doctors and surveyors. So I concentrate on what I call the higher judiciary. And by this I mean the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, the High Court, Deputy High Court judges, circuit judges, and recorders. Well, looking very briefly, there are 12 positions in the Supreme Court. There is not one single Afro-Caribbean. There are between 44 and 48 Court of Appeal judges, no blacks. There are 108 High Court judges. There is not a single Afro-Caribbean. There's only ever been one before, actually, and that was Linda Dobbs, Mrs. Justice Dobbs, who was appointed in 2004 and resigned only just a few years ago. I remember that before she was appointed, whenever we passed the building, the High Court building on the Strand, we would refer to it as the White House. Moving on, there are 73 Deputy High Court judges. There are only 2 blacks. One of them recently made up, and that is Margaret Odey, who I believe worked as a solicitor for Powell Spencer in Kilburn. Move on. There are 660 circuit judges. 3 are black. As for recorders, there are 830 recorders. 11 are black. So if we were to consider those in what I call the higher judiciary, for example, of the Asian origin, the figure is slightly better, much better. There are no one in the Supreme Court. There is one in the Court of Appeal. That's Lord Justice Singh. And as I think now, there are 4 High Court judges. There are 2 Deputy High Court judges. There are 11 circuit judges. And there are 19 recorders. At this stage, I would like to make an observation, if I may. To my mind, lumping together people of Afro-Caribbean origin and those of Asian origin as an overreaching group known BANE can give a distorted and misleading picture. But beware and be careful. Another observation I would like to make is this, that those from the Asian community have in the recent past been able to advance faster and in greater numbers than those of their black colleagues. Since 2006, there have been altogether 5 who have been appointed to the High Court, one of whom, as I've said, is now in the Court of Appeal. So, for those who say this is a slow burn, do not accept it. We can move as quickly. But the greater presence of Afro-Caribbean in the higher judiciary really matters, because talented people are being missed, and the overall quality of the judiciary will be poorer for it if not redressed. The more diversity in the judiciary becomes, the more diverse the judiciary becomes, the greater will be the public confidence and in the belief the judges are not out of touch